Join me as I challenge myself to reimagine the world by figuring out what it would be like if every country had only one neighbor. Can I make it work? Imagine waking up to a world where every country has only one border, one neighbor, and one gateway to the rest of the world. The implications would be staggering, geographically, culturally, and economically. Our understanding of international relations, global trade, and cultural exchange would need a complete overhaul. Having only one neighbor would severely limit trade opportunities, forcing countries to rely heavily on their single partner for essential goods and services. This would create an unhealthy level of dependence, leaving nations vulnerable to the whims of their sole neighbor. Furthermore, cultural exchange programs, education, and tourism would also suffer greatly, as the flow of people and ideas would be restricted to a single channel. This could lead to a loss of diversity and a homogenization of cultures. In addition to these challenges, international conflicts would likely increase, as countries would have only one point of contact to resolve disputes. Diplomacy would become even more crucial, and the stakes would be much higher in negotiations. Moreover, countries with historically contentious relationships would find themselves in a precarious position, with no alternative allies to turn to in times of crisis. The absence of buffer zones and multiple borders would also raise concerns about national security. With only one neighbor, a country's defense strategy would need to be drastically revised, focusing all its resources on a single frontier. This would lead to a concentration of military power, creating a high-risk, high-reward situation. Let's explore some hypothetical scenarios to better understand the implications of this world. If France had only Germany as a neighbor, it would likely lead to a strong economic partnership, with France relying heavily on German engineering and technology. In contrast, if China had only India as a neighbor, the cultural exchange would be immense, with Buddhism and Hinduism influencing each other in unprecedented ways. In Japan's case, having only Korea as a neighbor would mean a significant shift in its trade policies, with a focus on high-tech electronics and automotive industries. Meanwhile, if the United States had only Mexico as a neighbor, the flow of people and goods across the border would become even more crucial, leading to a deeper cultural exchange and economic interdependence. Brazil, with its vast territory and diverse economy, would face a unique challenge with only one neighbor, Uruguay. It would need to adapt its agricultural and mining industries to cater to its sole partner, leading to a significant shift in its foreign policy. In such a scenario, Brazil's cultural influence would also spread rapidly across Uruguay, making it a fascinating case study. Take Canada, for instance, with only the United States as a neighbor. Canada